Turkish pepper. Ooh. Wow. G'day guys, it's Tim here. So as you just saw, today I want to talk to you about Finnish foods. There's definitely been a few changes to food compared to what I'm used to. Some of them a little unpleasant, but most of them I've really appreciated, so I wanted to talk about them. So we'll start off with the start of the day, breakfast. So for breakfast, you know, it's got to be rye bread, maybe some porridge, and of course, fresh coffee. And often I actually have cereal with a bit of yogurt, but that's not so common here in Finland. It's funny, it's actually more of a kids thing here. The far more typical thing to go for is a sandwich or some toast like this. And it's particularly the dark rye stuff that's popular. You know, initially I couldn't stand it. In Australia, I grew up on the soft white stuff. You know, in Australia, we don't have much culturally Australian food, but I kid you not, this is one of them. It's like white fairy bread, and it's just white bread, butter, and there's some sprinkles on top. It tastes great, but probably not all that nutritious. Rye bread, on the other hand, it's got lots of fibre, all that good stuff, and I think that's what makes it a Finnish staple. And it's not just for breakfast either. It's probably one of the most popular snacks to have throughout the day. So brunch, mid-afternoon snack, late evening, it's always good. So Annie eats heaps of this every day, and finally I've slowly come around to liking it as well. So the cheese and cucumber, sometimes some lettuce, make for a really good topping. So the porridge is really popular too, and has been for a long time in Finland. I like to chuck some berries on top to give it a bit of extra sweetness. And these are actually picked straight from the Finnish forest as well. It's one of the best summertime activities is to go out and pick your own berries in the forest for free. It's just so awesome. Good stuff. And then the coffee completes it. I'm actually drinking tea though. Sorry, I know that's kind of heretical in Finland, but I'm not actually the biggest fan of coffee. I'll drink it here and there socially, but I'm definitely not addicted to it as the average Finn. So Finland actually consumes the most amount of coffee per capita in the world. And it's like not even close. I was looking at the top 25 countries for coffee consumption, and Australia didn't even feature on there. So Finland at least drinks 3 times as much coffee. So at 11 AM in Australia, it'd normally be time for morning tea. Yes, I know, we still have a lot of British influence in the land down under. But in Finland, it's already time for lunch. So here, lunch is the main meal of the day. Often the whole family will even get together for a meal if they all live close to work. And it'll usually be a warm meal as well. And at schools, they actually get provided a free lunch, which I think is a really great idea. It doesn't matter what kind of background you come from, whether you're poor or rich, everyone gets given a nutritious meal at school, which really helps you to make the most out of your education. And then at uni as well, it's not free, but like my wife gets lunch for €2 a day. And so lunch could be anything. Fish is one of the most popular ones. So there's salmon, herring, pike, and then also potatoes. They're like the staple carbs. You have them a lot more than rice or pasta. I guess potatoes are easy to grow everywhere, even cold climates like this. Soups are definitely really popular here. So you have fish soup, meat, vegetable, pea soup, and even spinach soup is really great. So I think the reason that soups are so popular is, well, firstly because it's cold, so it keeps you nice and warm. But then also it's a fairly cheap option. And this goes back to Finnish history. So Finland was not always as well off as it is today, but soups have stuck around. I suppose given the fact that they're often like more than half water, it's a really cheap option to feed a whole family. But yeah, other meats are really popular to go with your lunch too. So there's like chicken, beef, pork, the normal ones. But then the exciting ones are like elk and reindeer. These are more common up north where these animals are more common, but they're really great and I definitely recommend you check them out if you ever come here. Just try not to think of Rudolph too much. And now this is a bit unusual, but Finns often will have a glass of milk with lunch as well. Maybe that's why everyone's so tall around Scandinavia. It's funny, dairy is really popular even though like half of the population I think is lactose intolerant. But they definitely take care of them. For every dairy product there's always a lactose-free version. You've just got to make sure that you give your Finnish guests the right choice, or else you might have to look out for the farts. For snacks throughout the day, like I said, the rye bread is really popular. But then also you have like rakka. And then in terms of sweet food, there's always pulla. And the pulla has to go with coffee. Pullas are really great. I've got to say, the Finns do baked goods a bit better than we had it in Australia. In Australia, there's this one donut chain, Krispy Kreme, and those are amazing. But the Krispy Kreme style donut, that's just like a regular donut over here. There's heaps of good pullas and baked sweets. There's like cinnamon buns, jam donuts, custard donuts. There's kind of like what we call butter pullas with like butter and sugar and stuff. Plenty of great stuff to try. Let me know in the comments if you want to see what my reaction are to some of them. And then this is pretty cool too. So for different days of the year, Finland has like a national food that everyone eats. For Runeberg's Day, there's these little cakes that they eat. And then at Christmas time, you have like joulutortti and all these other ones. It's cool, so throughout the calendar, there's these different baked things that everyone eats. And of course, there's the lollies. We've got to go to the shops and check some of them out. So we're just in here at the servo, and there's a massive selection of food. So this is the irtokarkki at the shops. It's really cool because you can just pick whatever kind of lollies you want. I'm sure you've all had that experience where you open up a pack of party mix or a bag of snakes and everyone has their ones that they like, and then there's like the yellow ones or the green ones that get left behind and nobody wants to take them. But this is perfect because you only have to grab your favourites, and the per kilo price is pretty comparable to the bags of lollies anyway. I wasn't really all that game to take many salmiakki pieces. I took a few, they didn't go so well. But you've definitely got to try this if you come to Finland. It's really awesome seeing all the selections that you can make. Look at all that good stuff. Check out this, salmiakki donuts. Salmiakki everything. Salmiakki ice cream even. More salmiakki chocolate. And again. So we've just been to the shops and I came back with a few goodies. So we've got some Karjalan piirakka, some irtokarkki, and a few Turkish peppers. Sorry, that was really Finnish. We've got to start with the savoury ones. So these are the Karjalan piirakkas. So it's got rye on the outside and some of this rice kind of stuff in the middle. I think that's what it is. And this actually comes from the area of Karelia, which is now part of Russia, but it used to be part of Finland. And his grandma is actually from there. And they're famous for these pies. They're good hot, cold, however you like it. And you often put this like egg butter mix on top as well. Makes for a really good snack at any time of the day. And again, these are ones that I didn't really like when I first came, but now I've gotten used to them and I really don't mind them. We'll see how this one is. Not bad. Now it's obviously savoury, but it's kind of got a little bit of a sweet taste. It's kind of a little bit milky. But that was pretty nice. Not the greatest thing I've ever tasted, but a really good snack. Super handy, 25 cents from the shops. Can't go wrong. If I was to rate it out of 10, I'd give it, say, a 6.5. Got to cleanse the palate. We do this scientifically. Onto the sweet stuff. Now these are one of my favourites. With sour cola bottles or whatever you call it. Now these are the scary ones. I don't think I'll have as fun of a time with this. The skull means danger. So there's one of those salmiakki treats. Again, I definitely have had these before. I hated them at the start. If my memory serves me correctly, they're still not all that good. We'll see how this one tastes. Ooh. Yeah, that's really strong. It still definitely has plenty of sugar in it, but that weird salty licorice taste. Oh, look, it's not as bad as I remember, but I probably wouldn't take a second one voluntarily. I think I'll give the rest of those to Annie. Now, this one. These are the real deal. Made by Fatsa, Turkish pepper. Again, I have had one of these. From memory, they're a lot stronger than their skulls. And they're hard lollies, so they last longer as well. We'll see how we go. As you can see, Annie's already gotten into them. Well, I've already got the salmiakki taste in my mouth, so it can't be much worse. It's a bit stronger. But I think I've already warmed up to this. Look, I can see the appeal, but I have to say it's not my thing. Okay, so there's the stuff in the middle. Ooh. Wow. That was a little bit intense. Yeah. Look, I don't think I'll be doing that again. The great thing is though with this irtokarkki is that you get to pick whatever you want. So you can go straight past the salmiakki if it's not your thing. I think I'll be sticking to this good stuff. Lastly, of course, we finish the day with dinner. Now, because lunch is the main meal of the day, dinner's often fairly light, and it's also fairly early. Most people have dinner kind of as soon as they get back from work, so like 5 p.m. most days. And it's funny because you'll often have social events in the evening that start at 6 p.m. and you shouldn't expect to be fed. Everyone presumes that you've usually had dinner before that. So just be aware. I've had a few times where I got caught out being at an event and then I'm there all night and haven't eaten anything since lunch. It's a bad time. So for dinner, it'll often be just like a light sandwich, maybe some leftovers, something else like that. Overall though, there's definitely heaps of good food to check out in Finland. Some really great food culture. One thing that you will have to get used to though with Finnish food is that there's not much spices or flavouring in them. Most of them are fairly plain, so you might want to bring your own bottle of hot sauce with you. Overall though, Finnish food is really great and there's plenty of interesting food culture to observe as well. So if you visit Finland, I encourage you to be very adventurous, try as much as you can out. I'm sure there's not going to be too much that you don't like. Thanks so much for watching the video though. So make sure you click subscribe, click the like. We actually just hit 100 subscribers, so thank you very much for subscribing and watching the channel. I hope that you're keen to stick around for more videos about Finnish life. So I'll see you all in the next video.